Good morrow, scholars. Welcome back to Survive the Night. We're getting really close to the end. We're on chapter 21, page 211, and I can get behind that, no problem. Only this one and four more chapters, I guess. 22, 20. Well, okay. So, I don't know. I want to hurry up and get done with this book because I want to see how it ends, but at the same time, I'm really disappointed with where it went. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you can think of any books that should be easy enough for me to find by the time I'm done with these two to start reading, let me know. There are a couple I have here that I was thinking about reading. I haven't really decided. If not, I'll just read a couple of placeholder books, because I've got a few around here. I guess if nothing else, I could go back to Twilight. I never did read the original. Anyway. No! I drop to my knees and crawl to the edge of the platform. The surface ripples. I search the black water. Game of Thrones. For Woody's blonde hair and bright Hawaiian shirt, but see nothing. He's gone. I liked Woody. He was nice, if odd. A dark, hopeless feeling seeps through my skin and into my bones. Julie's gone. Aya's gone. And now Woody. My breathing comes fast, ragged. We still haven't found a way out. We're trapped down here with this thing. I thrust my hand into my pocket and pull out the Tylenol bottle. The pills rattle around inside. The sounds make my heart beat faster. There's no reason to be good anymore, no reason to try. This is the end. Well, I can't say I blame her. I wedge my thumb below the lid and pop the pill, the bottle cap off. There we go. The plastic disc drops into the water, floating on the surface for a second before it sinks into the black. I tip the bottle into my hand. Uh-oh. Strong arms wrap around me and pull me away from the edge. What the beep are you doing, Samuels? I think he's talking about the pills, but then he pushes me to the center of the platform, casting an anxious glance back at the water. You want to get yourself killed? Yes, I think. I close my eyes and imagine how easy it would be to give up. No more running. No more trying to escape. No more watching my friends get ripped apart. I shake the pill bottle, and a single oxycontin pill rolls onto my palm. It's so small. Just a tiny white pill, but it means so much. A sob bubbles up in my throat. Giving up won't solve anything. I close my fingers around the pill, then fling it into the water. I throw the bottle in after it. I should have helped him. Even as I say the words, I picture the tentacle ripping through Woody's chest, the blood spurting from his mouth. You think I'd still be standing here if there's any way to help him? Sam says. His eyebrows furrow and a muscle in his jaw tightens. He was my best. Sam's voice hitches. I've never heard Sam cry before. The sound makes my chest hurt. It kicks the column Shanna's leaning against, and concrete crumbles to the ground. Oh, heavens. Shanna murmurs, lowering her face to her hands. Her shoulders shake with silent sobs. Sam swears, I don't. His face crumpling. Guilt washes over me. I should have let him climb up first, I say. Sam's head snaps up. Don't say that. He wipes his cheek with the back of his hand, his eyes red and swollen. Woody wouldn't have wanted that. Woody would have wanted to live, I think. Nervous energy buzzes up my arms. I start to pace in small, tight circles. 2 steps in one direction. 2 steps and then another. There's nothing we can do. Nowhere we're safe. I pull my hands through my hair, my fingertips brushing the peach fuzz on the side of my head. We're going to die down here. We can't just stay here, I say. The thing won't. I press my hand over my mouth. Casey. Sam pulls me to his chest and wraps his arms around my shoulders. I almost feel bad for Shanna. Because, no one's there to comfort her. I'm fairly certain she's next. I mean, before I was kind of sure it was going to be her. Well, I was leaning more towards Sam. But I'm fairly certain she's next. They don't usually have 3 people survive. Where was I? But I don't want to be comforted. I try to step away and he holds me tighter. I slam my fist against his chest, but he still doesn't let go. Don't, I say. My chest rises and falls rapidly and I dissolve into tears. The sobs tear through my body, making me weak. I collapse against Sam, giving in. It feels so good to cry. All the fear and anger I'd been clinging to rushes out of my body, leaving me hollow and empty. I don't have the energy to be afraid anymore. I don't have the energy for anything. I feel like that too sometimes. That's probably why I don't get out of bed. Sam moves his hand and circles over my back. We're going to get out of here, he promises. No one else is going to die, except for Shanna, I'm almost certain. I sniffle. How can you know that? Because I won't let it happen. Maybe he will be the one to die next. That'd be interesting. What do you guys think? His voice sounds so certain. I almost believe him. I breathe in and out and in again. I blink my eyes dry. No more crying, I tell myself. I'm okay. I think now. I pull away from Sam and wipe the last of the tears from my cheeks. Wet curls fall over his forehead. What? A fringe of dark lashes rim his light brown eyes. His voice floats through my memory. You're acting like you don't remember what happened. I thought he was talking about the day he broke up with me, but he wasn't. He was talking about the black spot in my memory. Sam, I whisper. I steel myself, trying to be brave. If we're going to die down here, I have to know about that night. There are better times for... What is that on my door? What a weird thing to be distracted by and never notice. Is that a nail? That worries me. Do we have a calendar or something? I don't know how to feel about that. Tell me about what happened the night before I went to rehab. Sam frowns, studying me. You don't remember any of it? I remember getting ready to go out, I tell him, seeing the moment clearly in my mind. I'm standing in front of the full-length mirror in my bedroom, fixing my hair. I take a pill for my leg. Just one. I don't want to get high. Just ease the pain in the knee. Then the image flickers. Everything goes black. I press against the darkness in my memory, trying to figure out what happens next, but there's nothing. After that, all I remember is waking up in the hospital, I tell him. The flush creeps over my face, and I look down at my bare feet, embarrassed. I thought I had had a bad reaction to the pill, but my parents thought I OD'd. My breath catches in my throat. I've never had the nerve to ask the next question, but I force myself to say the words now. I can't die not knowing. Why did they think that? Out of the corner of my eye, I see Shanna lean forward, listening. She was there! Your mom called me that night, like 4 in the morning, Sam explains. So, good morning. Sorry, I get kinda... what do you call it? I'm weird like that. Like, whenever I hang out with my friends and we end up staying up past like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm going home, and they say good night, see you tomorrow or something, I always have to ask tomorrow, or tomorrow today, because I'm never sure with people. Anyway, where was I? Sam explains. She was all freaked out because you didn't come home. So you came to find me? I asked. Sam shrugs. Well, yeah. I knew where you guys liked to go, but I checked all the usual spots and you weren't there. Then Julie told me to stop by Sid's. She said you and Shanna had been buying from him a lot. I cringed, picturing Sam in his mom's station wagon. It doesn't really surprise me that we ended up at Sid's that night. I let Shanna talk me into the harder stuff after Sam dumped me, and Sid sold it to us cheap. I thought Julie was crazy. Sam continues. As bad as things got, I never thought you'd be stupid enough to hang around someone like Sid. But I went by his van, and you were passed out in the back. Ugh. There was vomit all dried on your cheeks. You weren't moving. I thought you were dead, but then Shanna tried to give you a shot of tequila, and you started choking. Ugh. I'd never been so relieved. Stop. The word cracks in my mouth. I hug myself, shivering. I was wrong. I don't want to know what happened. I think of Rachel's cloudy eyes and Torian's rotting teeth. I think of all the girls I heard screaming in the night. I thought I wasn't like them, but I'm exactly like them. An addict, a junkie. Sam catches my eye and his jaw tightens. That was the worst night of my life, he says. I'm sorry, I whispered. Sorry if I was too soft. Chills raced down my arms. I hate that Sam was the one to find me that way. All this time, I've been wondering how I ended up down here. How Shanna did this to me. But I put myself here. All this is my fault. How different would her life have been had they not met? I mean, I'm sure Shanna and at least one of the other girls would have ended up down there anyway. But who would have replaced them? I'm so sorry, I say again. Sam grabs my shoulders. I didn't let you die then, Sam says, looking into my eyes. That's nice. I won't let it happen now. He's a good guy. I still miss Woody. I'm still bothered by that nail. He turns abruptly and walks to the edge of the platform. He leans over the side, searching. I stare at his back. Casey? I turn at the sound of Shanna's voice. She's huddled near a pillar in the middle of the platform, as far from the edge as she can get. Her blonde and pink hair hangs over her face in wet clumps, and she has her knees pulled up to her chest, her arms wrapped protectively around them. Her shoulders tremble. Did I say that? Shoulders tremble. But I don't know whether she's crying or shaking. I walk over to her. You okay? I ask. What a question to ask! Oh, jeez. If I ever get into a car accident, preferably if someone else is driving, and I'm going to ask, are you okay? Just for the sake of humor. And because I'm an idiot. She shrugs. I guess. A tear slips over her cheek, but she brushes it away, angry. She glances at the water. What do you think it is? I stare hard at the surface of the water, looking for any movement, any ripple, but it lay still, hiding the horrors below. I don't know, I say. A monster, I guess. Where did it come from? Terror thrums through me, but it's faint, like an echo. Maybe it blew in with the hurricane, I say, but I don't know whether I really believe that. All that matters is it's here. It exists. Shanna shudders and glances at me sideways. Must suck. being stuck down here with the two people you hate most. I don't hate you, Shanna, I say, sitting down next to her. Yep, she's dead. She's dead. Why not? I'd hate me, she nods at Sam. Especially after hearing that. Shanna. No, really, she draws in a breath. I was there, Casey. I saw how messed up you were, and I didn't do anything. I gave you a shot of tequila. My one friend, she has a predilection towards tequila, I suppose. And so now I'm worried. You stare down at my toes. I know, I whispered. You should hate me. You should want to know why I did those things. You should... What? Yeah. You should scream at me. I clenched my eyes shut, trying to cool the anger bubbling below my skin. I took the pills, Shanna. I knew exactly who you were, and I hung out with you anyway. Because I thought you were exciting. Because I was bored with my old life, I guess. I sigh and curl my toes into the concrete. I forgot she doesn't have shoes. You didn't ruin me. I ruined myself. I'm having flashbacks. Not to me or anything like this. I'm thinking of Twilight. Never mind. Shut up. Still haven't read the book, but I watched the movie. I started with New Moon. Did I ever tell you guys that? I've mentioned it on the channel a few times. Anyway. Shanna stares at her waterlogged boots. If it wasn't for me, you never would have ended up in rehab. Ever since we've been down here, I've been thinking about things a lot. Things I've done. I've been really messed up. Casey, I wanted you to be really messed up too. I stare at Shanna. I think about asking her whether she was the one who slipped the oxycodone into my Tylenol bottle, and a flare of anger rises inside me that dies almost immediately. It doesn't matter whether she did it or not. If I wasn't an addict, the oxy wouldn't have tempted me. You were trying to sabotage me. No, it's not like that. Shanna squeezes her eyes together. Or maybe it was. I don't know. I just wanted you to be bad too. Perfect Casey Myrtle. Moaning Myrtle. Poor thing. Do you know she was 37 in the Chamber of Secrets? The actress, I mean. Never mind. Wait a minute. That's a horrifying thought. Never mind. If you were drinking and using, then maybe it wasn't so bad. Maybe I wasn't so bad. She's quiet for a moment. I think she's done talking, but then she glances up at me again. About what happened with Sam, she says. Don't. I say, I'm not ready to talk about Sam. I didn't want to hurt you, Shanna continues, voice cracks. I just wanted to know what it felt like to have someone like that want me. Lots of guys want you, Shanna, I say. Shanna laughs, but there's no warmth in the sound. Yeah, lots of guys want to hook up with me, or they want me to get them some X, or tell them who my dealer is. But Sam's not like that. When he was with you, he just wanted you. I always wished someone would look at me like that. Yeah, she's gonna die. Why is my hand shaking so much? Huh. That was weird. If I die of like a heart attack and I still upload this video, at least you'll know I'm dedicated. I guess I'd have to upload it first and then die of a heart attack. Never mind. Where was I? I stare at my hands, a million feelings rushing through my head. Are there that many? I can think of like 12. Shanna completely changed my life, but she's like a wild animal. There's no controlling her, no telling her what she'll do next, or no telling what she'll do next. He couldn't be less interesting. Where was I? I got myself into this mess, but wild animals are still dangerous. I'm so beat up, Shanna says. She squeezes her eyes shut, and tears leak down her cheeks. Did I say that right? Tears? Well, I guess in a minute it'll probably be tears, but anyway. Her shoulders start to shake. Her and everything I touch. Kinda. I mean, everybody's dead, Dave. Shanna, no. The anger inside me melts. I pull her into a hug, and she sobs on my shoulder. You just need to make some changes. We both do. Shanna pulls away. Her eyes are rimmed and red. Think I could ever get clean? She asks. Well, if this doesn't get you to stop, nothing will. Maybe. As soon as the word comes out of my mouth, I realize I don't believe it. Shanna might try to get clean, but she never will. She craves the insanity. She thinks it's an adventure. Her lower lip trembles and her eyes look small without her usual makeup. She seems so fragile right now. It's hard to believe how dangerous she really is. Sam's right. If I were really serious about getting better, I wouldn't hang out with her anymore. She's my friend. I wipe a tear away from her cheek with my thumb. I can help you, I say, if you want. Footsteps pound against the platform behind us, and I flinch, suddenly alert. Sam races over to us, his face flushed red, excited. I think I found a way out, he says. Okay. So, that was a heartfelt chapter, and everybody's gonna die. Well, I'm fairly certain, at least, we know for a fact Casey's not gonna die. We know that for a fact. That's usually how these horror movie tropes go. I get it's a book, but, the same basic rules apply. The only question is it going to be one of those stories where the male lead survives? Because they don't always. And I'm absolutely certain Shanna's just signed her death warrant. Because, you can't have a character like that who's decided after everything that's happened they're going to turn their life around if they get out of this alive, and expect them to get out of it alive. I'm pretty sure she's gonna die. I'm thinking she's gonna get her head pulled clean off her body. Let me know what you guys think. I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping she'll make it, because I would like to see, at the end of the book, all of them getting therapy, getting past all this, and all of that. I just don't think it's going to happen. Although, I feel like writing a horror story. If you guys would be interested, let me know. And until next time, goodbye, everybody. What was I going to do? I can't remember.